that experience is always the best teacher. Learning through it does not only improve skills, but also helps in terms of acquiring wisdom through the journey.
Greetings, ma'am. We are a first-year medical technology students at San Pedro College, Davao City, and we are tasked to conduct an interview to be able to first-handedly hear your story and learn from it. So, ma'am, before anything else, may we ask you to please introduce yourself and your affiliations?
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for the invitation. So, my name is Joshua Jane Doron, RMT. And currently, I am affiliated at LGU Arakan Municipal Health Services Office as Chief Medical Technologist.
So now we will proceed to the interview. Mary D.
So for our first question po is, what is the best thing about medical technology?
Okay, so far, one of the best things in being a medical technologist is, syempre, given ang part na you are one of those or makatabang sa doctor in contributing to the diagnosis of the patient. But basically, considering sa setup ko, kasi currently, ang nature sa trabaho na ko po is community-based manggod ko na ako sa Rural Health Office. So, basically, ang focus manggod sa among services rendered is on preventive medicine. So, more on advocacies, more on screenings, more on community intervention. So it's very vital in the sense na we have the core knowledge as medical technologists, we have the core knowledge, we have the necessary knowledge po when it comes to how you educate the community, how to prevent certain diseases such as kidney problems, glomerular diseases, how do you prevent the dengue, how do you prevent some kind of diseases. So for me, that is very vital when you are one of the medical technologists and you are working in a community setup.
The second question po, ma'am. What motivated
Yes,
you to choose medical technology as the profession?
Okay, thank you na question. Well, actually, ano na siya? Ang story na ko, nga nung buhat ko na medical technologist is actually blurred siya. Kasi as a child, ang upbringing sa family is dapat mag-medicine, dapat maging doctor. So, dapat mag-medical field. Anak ko sa kusaw, okay, mag-medicine ko, pero dili ko gusto mag-nursing as prep course. Here comes a friend na medyo close siya sa akong father and gusto niya ko i-invite in a institution na medyo layo sa amua. Pero ang sa condition is, according siya mama, dapat na siya kauban. So, iyang gidali akong amahan. So, ana siya nga cool, kanang mag-medicine ni siyang, mag-eskwela mi og iligan, mag-medtech mi dito cool. Ana siya. So, ako ang papa ni Sugot. So, naging medical technologist ko. So, kaya niya yan. Okay, so, did I answer your question? Ma'am?
Yes po. Thank you po.
Okay.
So for the third question, ma'am, what do you love most about your profession?
Siya, before ko naabot sa community man good po, gikan ko og private hospital for a year, na under ko sa DOH for about a month, then nag-community work ko. Siguro akong ginaganahan sa ako ang trabaho is ma-practice na ko ang eskwelahan. Like, for example, blood extraction, examination, na ako'y first-hand experience with bacteria. I have first-hand experience with like histopathology, mag-create of smear, to create cells out of specific tissues. So, wala ko kabalo sa nature sa trabaho sa medtech. Medyo na-amaze ko sa experience na maka-encounter ko bacteria, ingani day ang itsura sa isa ka Staph aureus, ingani day ang itsura sa Klebsiella, ingani day ni siya. So murag din siya na experience. Kasi kanang amazing siya. At the same time, kung naa ka sa medical field, you have the first-hand experience in handling people's lives, in in giving or contributing to something to make a specific life or health sa person firsthand. You have the contribution. So it's fulfilling at some point. It's fulfilling na naka-aid ko dito. Kaya ako ang nag-examine, tama akong examination, natabangan ako ang doktor, ma-assess or ma-diagnose ang patient. It's fulfilling sa ako part. So that is what I love this job.
Thank you po, ma'am. Next question po.
Hello po, ma'am. Can you share with us your road to becoming a chef medical technologist?
Sa LGU, the position is under plantilla or under the Civil Service Code. So, when I applied for the position, currently, under ko sa DOH, sa anak na facility. So, nako sa LGU Arakan, nako sa Rural Health Unit of Arakan, hired by DOH. At the same time, nag-apply ko sa LGU, under sa LGU na plantilla position. So that time po, wala po'y hired na medtech na plantilla. Walay regular, walay permanent na medtech. Ang naa po nag-duty na medtech that time is under board. So, naa siya dito nag-serve as a microscopist, as aid sa TB. At the same time, nag-extend siya service, nag-extend siya og mga practices kasi siguro nag-abot ang reprimand or requirement under sa DOH na dapat si LGU mag-hire og regular na medical technologies. So, mo itong nisulod ko. So, basically po, wala kayo significant na experience in becoming a chief medical technologist kasi automatic po kung nga nabuhat na chief sa sa laboratory since wala po laing nakaposisyon.
Thank you po for your answer. Next question.
Good evening po, ma'am.
Good evening.
Next question. In times of challenges, how do you help your subordinates in terms of dealing with errors and patients?
Okay. Communication among your co-workers, among your subordinates, among your office mates is very essential. At the same time, established na policy is very very helpful. So pag naaming mga problems, kanang mga issues in dealing clients. So at first, amo siyang gina-settle. Kung dili makaya sa akong kauban, gina-refer sa isa kauban, especially kanang naay nagka-tantrums na mga patients. So kinahanglan another na staff ang mag-atubang para dili masubraan o ka-toxic ang patient. So pag ma-deal na siya, after ma-deal or ma-resolve ang issue, by the end of the day, kasi 8 to 5 lang man amo ang setup, 8 to 5, before me mag-out, amo nang ginaistoryahan ang issue. So, we don't end the shift, we don't go, or wala mi nagauli nga dili settled ang issue, nga dili siya ginaistoryahan. Kasi, it's necessary nga kanang gina-arrange dun ninyo, or gina-arrange nato siya, kung unsa ang mga dapat i-correct, paano nato siya possible ma-manage next time nga ma-encounter na to siya.
Thank you so much.
For the second question, ma'am, how do you deal with the challenges yourself?
So, same as true with that, if ako mismo maka-create sa error, ginastoryahan na muna siya. At the same time, whatever the error is, naman tayo mga policies, dito ta nag-base sa policy sa proper intervention. So, naman na siya sa tuang mga SOPs. So, if ako ang maka-create sa mga errors, gina-resolve sa level ko, gina-open up siya sa ako mga subordinates na okay, nakuing ani nga error for today. Possible unsa ba asa ba ko nagkamali. At the same time, if the degree of error is medyo taas na siya or medyo severe siya, nagabuhat po ta og written report, i-submit po sa ato ang division head or sa ato ang unsa ba ang term na sa MHO, sa among level is MHO me directly under so municipal health officer. So siya po among supervisor directly, so nagapasa po mi og report sa iya.
So, thank you for that informative answer po. May I ask you, what are the pros and cons of being a chief medical technologist? How did those change the way you deal with your personal life?
Okay. The pros and cons being the chief. Let's start with the pros. The positive side, kung ikaw ang head sa isa ka office is, syempre, under sa imuhang directive, you have the opportunity to arrange your staff, to manage your staff, to manage things. If na ay mga communications, na ay mga trainings, na ay mga meetings, pero ikaw first hand ang makabalo. You have the power, you have the authority. Kinsa imong gusto pa adtuon, kinsa ang mag-attend ani, you have that authority. On the other side, the consequence of being the chief or the head of the laboratory is you have the, I don't really siguro siya burden. You have the responsibility to always back up your staff. For example, na makumit or na mga concerns sa imong mga personnel, kinahanglan nimo na siya backupan. Kung na sila mga siguro mga mistakes, you have the obligation or you have to talk it down with them. Na kanang istoryahan ninyo na siya. Pero generally, it's nice, it's good that you are the head of the laboratory kasi if you have your plans, you have your ideas, you have your brilliant ideas, you can have that, you can put that in action. You have the chance to put it in action. At the same time, if makita na mga concerns, you have the chance to directly nga imuha siyang malabi sa inyong division officer.
Thank you very much po, ma'am.
For the next question, did you ever feel discouraged? And if yes, how did you stay optimistic in those situations po?
So far, naka-feel akong discouragement once during naga-schooling ko. That was during cytogenetics. Medyo, ang class man good that time is very, dungol kaayo mi. Mga pasaway, mga buluryagon. May anak mi na kasi that time, medyo gisumpong siguro mga professor. Gihatagan mi niya tanan og grado na 65. So that was parang it was the greatest it was kung sa sa panahon pa, it was the greatest phenomena, the greatest tragedy of the batch. So that time lang man ko naka-feel og discouragement kasi syempre paano ko bawion ang 65 na grade considering na ang cut-off grade is 80 and it was averaging. So at some point medyo na okay, kalma lang, let's try our best. Sa next na grading, bawi lang ta sa. So it was like after towards siguro it was lang po sa ako to be a better person kasi siguro tungkol po sa mga greater pa na mga challenges along the way. It was just a training experience na kinahanglan ko siya agian para kung unsa man ako ma-face in the future, I will be prepared.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So, next question po, as a medical technologist, what department do you consider the most difficult to manage and why?
Siguro ang pinaka-difficult na i-manage when it comes to machine is clinical chemistry. Okay? When it comes to machine. Sa clinical chemistry kasi, dira ang halos advancement. Naa sa blood chem ang advancement sa machine. At the same time, dira kasi ang daily basis na dapat everyday mag-test gyud ka og normal and pathologic controls. So you have to test the machine for controls on daily basis. We find it or it takes time for me para makasulod og control sa machine. Clinical chemistry. When it comes to theory naman, ang pinaka-unfriendly sa kuha is ang histopathology. Siguro tungod kay less lang ang experience or less lang ang naging experience ko sa histopathology department, mao sigurong dili kaayo significant ang iyang sa kuha. So, those are the two departments na medyo sa kuha.
So for our next question po, ma'am, how do you define failure as a medical technologist?
Failure is the definition of your success. Pag dili ka ma-fail sa isa nimo ka subject, sa isa nimo ka gina-manage, or sa isa ka butang na imong gina-handle, you will never feel how sweet or how significant the success you have. Okay? Kanang siguro dili lang as a medical technologist, this may be applicable sa life. You will never appreciate how sweet the success without the failure or without the hardships.
Thank you so much for that wonderful answer, ma'am. We may now proceed to our next question.
Okay po, ma'am. So, question ko for you is, as a chief medical technologist, how do you stay organized?
How do I stay organized? We have the 5S. When you have, we always maintain the 5S. Nakalimutan ko na ang meaning ng 5S. Status, Sitsuki, the remaining S of the 5S. So it's very vital. You do organize your files, you record you do always the recording, you always do the reporting, and you always keep a soft and hard copy of your laboratory files. The point is to always do, kung possible, kung hindi naman ingana ka busy na ay inventory, monthly inventory ba na siya dira, or whatever suits you, you always have to keep in check all the stocks you have, especially the expiration dates through inventory. Yan. So, at the same time, di po pa magkalisod sa imong mga stocks. Okay, lisod na magka-short. That's all.
Thank you for that tip, ma'am, and thank you for that informative answer.
Next question po, ma'am.
Yes po.
In your own opinion, what qualities should a medical technologist possess in order for him or her to be efficient?
Okay. If you will strive to be a medical technologist, first and foremost, you have to pay attention always to details. You have the presence of mind. Kasi bawal po yung hindi tayo nagpe-pay attention. Bawal yung medyo skeptical, bawal yung medyo absent-minded if you're a medical technologist, kasi vital yung mga bagay-bagay. At the same time, as a medical technologist, dapat mayroon tayong perseverance. Yan. Dapat disidido tayo. Kung ano yung pinasok natin, dapat talagang tapusin natin kasi ginusto natin ito. De, joke lang. Perseverance in a sense na dapat gaano ka hirap yan siyang kunan, bisag unsa pa siya kalisod dira, bisag nang yawa na siya dira, dapat puhaan gyud na siya sample, bisag unsa pa na dira. Nga nga perseverance. We have to have that perseverance. And also, you should always have faith in yourself. Dapat na may faith sa inyong self. You have to trust yourself. You have to trust the process. Kasi by the end of the day, imong self ang maka-feel sa success, imong self ang ma-awardan, imong self ang maka-learn. So just have the faith. That's all.
Thank you po, ma'am.
So for the next question po, ma'am, what advice can you give to aspiring medical technologists?
Advice? Okay. Ito coming from an average student when I was hindi po kasi ako matalino. As an average student, ang advice ko lang sa inyo po is, studying as a medical technologist, hindi po siya patalinuhan. Dili na siya pa-bright side. To survive as a medical technologist, you have to persevere. Kasi daig po ng disidido ang matalino. Kahit ano kang matalino, kung hindi ka disididong tapusin ang pinasok mo, you will not go. Hindi mo maaabot yung success na gusto mo. Masaya naman maging medical technologist. Na-appreciate ko nga siya kahit hindi ko alam ang pagiging ko ano yung kung saan yung pag-medtech. Na-appreciate ko man siya. Yun lang. You have just enjoy the steps as you take, enjoy yung every step ng ladder ninyo, i-enjoy nyo siya. If you meet a challenge, challenging ang professor, challenging ang subject, i-enjoy. At least, isipin nyo na, I endure it para by the end of the day, pag nag-graduate ko, I have my story to tell. Yan. I think yun lang yung ma-advise ko sa inyo.
Thank you po, ma'am.
Where do you see yourself 10 to 15 years from now?
Well, yung question mo, ma'am, is very timely. Sa ngayon, I am enjoying me as a medical technologist and a community. But I don't see myself in this setup. Tawag nito, 10 to 15 years from now. Siyempre, I have my anak ako. Sa ngayon, sa primary school niya, kaya ko siyang i-sustain. Then, eventually, the demands and financial aspect will increase. So, I'm not quite sure if I can sustain if I stay in this work. So, I have these options that maybe first we'll go abroad. Kasi wala na po sa plano kong magme-medicine kasi nalagay na sa isip na pag magdodoktor, magiging alay, joke lang. Pero yung magme-medicine dyan sa inyo, push nyo lang. At least you do your specialization. Don't be a general practitioner. Maybe I'll be in Canada for the next few years. Charisse, it's just a option. Maybe we'll work abroad considering compensation. We'll look for a greener pasture to sustain our life. So maybe in a few years, I will consider going abroad for better financial compensation.
Thank you po, ma'am.
Ines.
Good evening, ma'am. For
Yes
the last
po.
question,
Yes po.
what can you say to those people who underestimate medical technology?
Hindi actually sa state ng mindset ko ngayon, hindi ko naisipan na may mga taong ganyan. Though alam ko na may mga tao na hindi kilala yung profession. Kasi generally they know it as a nurse, yung nakaputi nurse, ganyan. But siguro optimist lang ako masyado na tao that I don't deal with it such. Pero if I encounter a person who really underestimate the medical technologists, ang masasabi ko lang po talaga sa kanila is try lang po talaga nilang pasukin ang pagiging medtech. Kasi matitikman talaga nila ang maglo-lotion ng mga libro, ng mga textbook. Yung tipong ganun. Well, good luck to them if they really they're that underestimating the profession.
So that's it. Thank you very much for your participation, ma'am. True enough, great experiences make great people. We wish you all the best in your future endeavors.
Thank you.
Ma'am, before we end this Zoom, pwede po mag-picture for
sure.
documentation purposes. So, everyone, please open your cameras.
One, two, three, smile. Isa pa, guys. 1, 2, 3. Okay na.
Thank you po, ma'am. Have a nice evening.
Thank you so much.
Thank you po, ma'am.
Thank you po, ma'am. Love you po, ma'am.
Thank you po, ma'am.